Nobody came and say, well, you know what, brother, you gotta give us some sort of sources or some sort of successes. Nobody did that. Nobody did that. So I come around, right? You know what's funny to me? What's funny to me, even Sinetta come to the defense of some of these brothers. What's funny to me is that when Sinetta and Shaka and whomever else wanted to come at the Moors, Islam, you good?
I'm going outside.
Islam. Anytime Shaka or anybody wanted to come at the Moors and I stand in the defense, I mean, everybody like, yeah, Islam, Brother Tarik Bey. But now, when we have our own that's being questioned, now everybody thinking that I'm disrespecting. Now everybody thinking that, how is that disrespect? Because I'm saying, show me what you talking about, brother. Because he's 70-some years old, he ain't got to show me what he talking about. You know what I mean? Show me what you're talking about. You've been talking this for 20 years, 30 years. You ain't got no successes. I need to know what you're talking about. It's not disrespect. It's not disrespect to ask somebody, bring clarification to something that you find near and dear to your heart. It's not disrespect. You know, you get upset all you want, but we gonna get to the bottom of this. And so on this video right here, I begin to pull out step by step the path laid by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And if anybody watched this video, they will come to the conclusion that I came to a long time ago, that Taj Tariq Bey and the Taj Tariqites do not teach what Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught. In fact, it's foreign to what Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught. So I'm gonna give a little sample of it, and then I'm gonna come back in. After this play out a little bit. It's not. What's up, Root Words? 704's Joe. What's up? Love Nelson. Man, look, this is the middle of the day. I just got in from work, so I said, you know what? Let me go and play this, man, because I listened to it last night. I was like, man, this is powerful. So I gotta play it. You know what I mean? I gotta play it. First off, when the brother emerged out of the shadows, right? He emerged out of the shadows, and he started calling himself Shalimar Bey. The thing is about that, everybody has a past. No problem. Everybody, you know what I mean? Whatever. But the issue becomes is nobody knows the extent of who he was before he was Shalimar Bey. And so, some kind of way, this guy fumbles up and leaves his old Facebooks up. See, this is why they always say there is no smart criminal. But when you're on point, these guys cannot outsmart you. So some kind of way he leave up 2 Facebooks. And I find them. By the way, I find them. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't hide for so long. But now when you go to the Facebook, you see 2 different people. Okay, if you want to date and marry a European and be in love with a European, that's fine. That's your business. That's your business. But you can't be over here talking about that you for me with consular courts. If you want to rub up and be so proud of George Bush, that's fine. But you can't be over here. You can't be over here telling me that you about to fight for me and us for consular courts. But let me tell you about consular courts in a minute. And if you want to chum me up with Fritz, you know what I mean? If you want to chum me up with Fritz, you can't come over here and tell me that you ready to fight for my liberation. You can't do that. If you work for the city of Tallahassee, just let people know. Brother, I was near Air Force One. Do people know how much security clearance it takes to get near Air Force One? He was right by Bush Air Force One. That's the inner circle. That's the inner circle. But that's beyond the point. But now let me tell you about the distraction. The distraction is the consular court thing. This is why it's a distraction. First of all, the consular court was relinquished in 1956. So there is no consular courts that I know of. Somebody wrong, correct me. Now, what a consular court is this. Listen to me closely. Independent governments that have people within territories of other governments, or i.e. other nations. In the 50s, they had these things called consular courts. So if something that would happen, crime or whatever the case may be, civil matters, whatever the case may be, would be discord. It'd be some discord in these other nations by citizens that's not from that nation. These consular courts would adjudicate their own citizens. Now listen to what I'm saying. It was sovereign nations, right? Sovereign nation had courts in other sovereign nations to adjudicate their citizens. That's what it was. What am I saying? In order to have a consular court, you have to be a sovereign nation. Yet, the consular court was relinquished in 1956. The process, nobody has them anymore. You go to another country, you break some law, you go into that country jail. Ask them brothers, ask them what's the brother name? Mos Def. Ask Mos Def in South Africa. Ask the people in South Korea. In South Korea when they got locked up there. But anyway, so this is how we know that it's a distraction. This is how we know this is a distraction. But now let me talk about what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you. Yeah, let me show you what Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught. Okay? First of all, shout out to El Mahdi. Now, El Mahdi got a perfect question. Will there be a plan for Moors to deal with Moors? Now, first of all, Isa El Mahdi, I'm going to answer you. The only court that you can have on this land, and I think you corrected me before, is ecclesiastical court. Because we are a Moorish Temple of America is a body politic, you have to start there first. The Amish people have it. The so-called Jew, the European Jew has it. The Catholic Church even have it. But there is no court that any group of people have that can adjudicate criminal crimes on this land. That's for this government to do. That's just the facts of the matter. No one have to agree with me. That's just the facts of the matter. You cannot adjudicate criminal or crime on this land. This is a sovereign government. You cannot adjudicate it. And so the point of the matter is to talk about a consular court. In order to establish one, you have to be in 1956, number one. Number two, you have to be an independent sovereign nation recognized by in that time, it was the League of Nations. You would have to be. But that's why it's a distraction. And that's why it's so important to understand that his image, it's so important to understand that his image of who he used to be is separate from who he is. Because the person who he used to be that's in the inner circle with those European Republicans doesn't match the guy that you see now. The person that he used to be with that European in that Lambo doesn't match the person that he is now. Now, everybody have a past, but he's smart enough to know, where did he dig that up from? He's smart enough to know. I believe it was a pitch off. I believe it was a handoff. I don't believe he thought it up by himself. Because all these years that I've been in the Moorish Science Temple of America, I can tell you this, Taj, although I don't agree with him, he has been consistent. He has been consistent. That's why it surprised me when I seen Taj jump the ship and now he being the consulate general. I'm like, oh, that's not consistent. Now I'm like, what's up with Taj? Now I'm like, what's up with Taj? So let's get into it and talk about what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught. First of all, family, one thing that we have to understand that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a practical man. You follow me? One thing we have to understand that Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a practical man. And because he was a practical man, we got to move like a practical people. First of all, let's get to some of these quick slides real quick. So, let me get my screen down. How I do that? I got two of them. All right, let me get my screen down real quick. So look, here we go. So first of all, family, when you look at the Taj Tariqites and they talk about citizenship, right? First thing you have to understand, you can't fall for the okie doke. You cannot fall for the okie doke. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali says, with us, all members must proclaim their nationality. And this is within the settings of the Moorish Science Temple of America, this is law. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we're teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed. Let's stop right there. First of all, in order to proclaim something, you have to already be. Claim their nationality is basically announcing it. And I'm going to prove my point. It says, and I'm going to slide down to where it's highlighted at. But this is a new time now. And all men must proclaim, and I just copied because it doesn't say proclaims. So there's an error in wherever I copied this from, but I just grabbed it real quick just for this. But it's a new era time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live. So you may ask yourself, what government are you talking about, Prophet Noble Drew Ali? It's very clear what government he's talking about. He's talking about the United States government. How do we know that? Because we got evidence. We got evidence. And I challenge anybody to challenge me. We got evidence that I can prove he's talking about the United States government and not some fictitious government that people made up. The Moorish government. There was no Moorish government in 1927, 28. There was none. There was none in 26. He's talking about the United States government. Now, when you look at this, I just showed y'all where the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, with us, all members must proclaim their nationality. You understand? So this is where the okie doke come in. Where do Taj and all of these brothers get this idea that you got to declare your nationality? Let me tell you the difference. I just read in two places. I read in two places. If you want me to bring it back, let me bring it back real quick. I read it in two places. Two places, I can show you many more. With us, all members must proclaim. That's one. This is a new era time now, and all men must proclaim. That's two. The prophet used the term proclaim. He never used the term declare. However, these guys want to lie to you and say that the prophet say, if you don't do anything, declare your nationality. Let me tell you why they're using that. The prophet never said this. And they grabbing this stuff out of fictitious oral statements. Let me tell you why they doing this. The reason why they doing this is this. Right here, if you look down here at the bottom, it says greetings and peace. And this is from RB Bey. Greetings and peace. And I'm going to compare this to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Thank you for your interest and activity. However, the universe thanks you more. Nationality is not really a process except for if it's when you start, when it starts in the mind. As you already know, if you didn't before, it's apparently awakened in you, thus declaring it is clear yourself. It does not necessarily require paperwork. So this is where the okie doke comes in. They trying to separate declare and use and proclaim. Now listen closely, listen to the trick. Because the Prophet Noble Drew Ali never said this. Never. And none of his works. None of his works did the prophet say this. Never. This is a bold-faced lie. This is a bold-faced lie. And everybody keep quoting it. And so here you come with Tarik Bey, he's telling you that, nah, he never said this in any of his works. And don't give me no fictitious oral statement. Now, and I'm going to show you how the okie doke work. It goes on. It has apparently awakened you, thus declaring it is to be clear yourself, and does not necessarily require paperwork, but does require study to be clear yourself, as you can only be what you know. Listen closely, family. Proclaiming is publishing, and that is where the paperwork comes in. So they use the term proclaim. They use the term proclaim. They use the term proclaim because the prophet used the term proclaim, and they say that's where the paperwork coming in. And so when you have to proclaim, you obeying the prophet, but you gotta pay for this paperwork. And see, Taj sells the seals that goes on the paperwork. I already did a presentation on that, and you can pull it up. So this is why they use the terms declare and use the term proclaim that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali used, because they say proclaiming is publishing, and that is where the paperwork comes in. And anything in written form is but a brief expressing your position regarding a matter, whatever the matter may be, and that includes the card itself, which is brief and lawful claim. Now, this is where the okie doke comes in. The okie doke comes in because we have the prophet. I said in the start of this show that the prophet left his footprints clearly cut. Is that what I said? That's what I said. So we know that the prophet never said, if you don't do anything else, declare your nationality. I've never heard any elder in the temple use that. I've never heard any elder that talked to the elders that walk with the prophet use that. It's false. It's clearly playing games. It's clearly playing games. But now listen, let me show you how the game run. With us, again, here's the divine constitution and bylaw. This is the law of the land for the Moorish American. This is the law of the land for a Moorish American. And within here it says proclaim, proclaim, proclaim. Now, why do we define proclaim, family? Act 6, which all members must proclaim their nationality. And we're teaching our people that nationality, that they may become, that they may know that they are part and parcel of this said government, know that it's not Negro, color folks, black people, Ethiopians, etc., etc., etc. Right? So now check this out. This is how we know that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Let me go to my next slide real quick. This is how we know that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali did not support this notion of proclaim. Give me 1 second. I lost myself for a second. Here we go. And I'm just giving you a rough draft of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm going to beat it hard on Sunday. There was over 30,000 Moorish Americans during the time of the Prophet. Over 30,000. Family, I want y'all to hear me. Over 30,000. There is not one shred of evidence, not one shred of evidence that any Moorish American went to the court to change their name. There was no shred of evidence that any Moorish American went to the court to change or dress up any documents. Over 30,000. Wake up, family. 30,000 and not one? Not one. Not one. The prophet left his footprints clearly cut, family. Not one. So listen. Let's start off and talk about the civics of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. The civics of Prophet Noble Drew Ali is very clear. When you look at a sea cannon bay that says he fulfilling some work of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and He's the USAR, the United States of Republic government. The Prophet would have had none of that. How do we know that? We have the evidence. This right here is an ad out of the Moorish God. And if you read it, it said, notice to all Moors, write a letter to the Supreme Business Manager, 3140 Indiana Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, and let him know what you think of the Moors having their own town, their own mayor, alderman, chief of police, judges, city hall, own temples, own land, own houses, own parks, and own business establishment. Now the question might be, is the Prophet talking about creating something new? Family, I say nay. When you're talking about your own alderman, you're talking about numbers here. These are the original temples. These are the original temples of the Moorish Science Temple of America. These are the original temples of the Moorish Science Temple of America. You got 1 through 19. These are the original temples. When you're talking about over 30,000 people and everybody is moving in one direction, the alderman seat is yours. Let me give you an example. In Baltimore, for example, in the district that I live in, if I had 5,000 people, any seat that I want, it's mine. Any seat that we want, it's ours. Any seat that the temple want, it's ours. We have documentation that the Prophet had 5,000 Moors voting in one direction. So he said, do you want your own alderman? He's not talking about creating something new. How do we know that? Because we got the letter where the Prophet Noble Drew Ali says, I have 5,000 Moors or 5,000 Muslims voting one way. We have picked our candidates and we are ready to move when I give the word. And guess what happened? All of the candidates that the Moors voted for was in office that following election. Every single one of them. There was a judge. Uh-oh, there goes the consular court. You don't reinvent the wheel. What you do is you politicize your temple, you politicize your local district, and then you replace what's already there. You get politically active. This is what it means by take your place in the affairs of men. You become politically active. You motivate people to become politically active, whether they're Asiatic or Muslim, whether they're Moorish American proclaimed or not. You motivate them to get in position and move in one direction. Now, when they move in one direction, what'll happen is every office in any district that you're in is yours. Even the chief of police. You want to stop police brutality? Even the chief of police. That's an elected position, an appointed position. That's an appointed position. So we need to understand that anything opposite to this, I want everybody to share this. They're going to try to duck this because they say the brother don't teach. But anything that opposite to this is a distraction because it's not consistent with the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. It's a distraction. So listen to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali say in the plea to nation. Our divine and national movement stands for the specific principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I, the prophet, and appealing to all faithful Moors, members, and American citizens. He's not talking about no copper tone. He's not talking about no dark light olive. He's talking about anybody. He's talking about anybody. It is what it is. Anybody that understands how nation work, how government work, and how society work. He says he's prepared. He's appealing. Let me see my phone chart. He's appealing to faithful members and the American citizens to help me in my great uplifting acts of uplifting fallen humanity among the Asiatic race and nation. He said, for I have suffered much. And this is what your brother Tarik Bey is up against right now, trying to show people the path that's laid out by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. He said, for I have suffered much and severely in the past through misunderstanding of what the movement is dedicated to. See, that's what's going on now. We got these detractors in here that's confusing people, and now the whole world has a misunderstanding as to what the movement is dedicated to. And so people say, why am I on Taj Tariq? Why do I keep bringing up Taj Tariq? Why am I about division? Well, I believe that we got to separate the truth from the falsehood. Taj Tariq is not teaching what Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught. Period, point blank. You can like him, you can love him, you can admire him. But he just doesn't teach this. The last time he got people to vote in one direction to put somebody in office in his last 30 years. So it goes on to say, it is the great God Allah alone that guides the destiny of the divine and national movement. I know all true American citizens are identified by national descent name. He's just not talking about Moorish Americans. He's talking about Italian Americans. He's talking about Chinese Americans. He's talking about Nigerian Americans, Russian Americans, Polish Americans, whatever, on and on and on. He said, I know all true American citizens are identified by their national descent name. What is the national descent name? The Irish and Irish American is the national descent. Descent means come from. National, international, and national are two different things. National is the country from which you come from. The country of which you come from. He said, I know true American citizens are known from their national descent name. And he's using citizens. He's not talking just about Moorish Americans. He said descent names, and to answer and apply to the free national constitution of the free national republic of the United States of America. He's talking about the Constitution. He's not talking about some fictitious made up stuff. I mean, this is a republic and now it's a democracy. No, it's still a republic. It's still a republic. Although people classify it as a democracy because a democracy is similar to a republic when it comes to voting. That means each one has one representation with a vote. That's what a democracy is. But it's a Republican form of government. It never changed. Why are they telling you that it's changed? Calling it a democracy is like a nickname because it never changed. We can never find nowhere, and you can ask anybody. You can ask anybody to show me when they changed it from a Republican form of government to a democracy or a democratic form of government. It never changed. Same way where hip hop was changed to rap. It never really changed. It just caught on. They call it rap music. But we know for real it's hip hop. But now it then caught on so good that now what you have is people calling all of it rap music. And then they begin to classify what is rap, what is hip hop. So it goes on to say, under the red, it say that's why I'm calling on all true national citizens. What is a national citizen? A true national citizen is one that's within the borders of the United States of America. That's national. We know what international is. That's national. One that's in the borders of the United States of America. That's just what it is. Like we can't fumble around with this language. To help me morally and financially in my great work to help, and it's great work I'm doing to help this national government. I'm telling you, you need to pay attention to what the prophet's saying. He's saying that just like any other group of people that come here and they set themselves up and they build themselves up, that's what we have to do. We have to do it as a nation of people. We can't do it willy-nilly one at a time. We have to set ourselves apart and build ourselves up. Right here, just like the Italians do. Right here, just like the Mexicans have done in certain cities. Right here, just like any other group of people have done. Whether it been the Polish, whether it been the Greeks, whether it been the Haitians, wherever. We have to set ourselves apart and build ourselves up. But we need to be in the world, not of the world. It is what it is. It is what it is. You cannot mix apples and oranges. Now, when you start talking about Taj Tariq, and I'm bringing up his name for the sake of understanding, I've never disrespected the brother. Never in my life has I disrespected anymore. Never in my life. But I'm using, in contrast, this is totally different from what Taj teaches. Let's go. He says, that's why I'm calling all true national citizens to help me morally and financially in my great work I'm doing to help this national government. For without a free national name, what is your national name? Do you know your free national name? I will show it. I will definitely show it on Sunday. But your free national name, we just talked about what is national. National is within the United States of America. So what is your free national name? That's not your national descent name. We already know what your national descent name is where you come from. So now your free national name is where you at. We already know your free national name is American. And so when you look at the Taj Tariqites, they start saying that they name like Ali Baba El Bey is their free national name. That's not a free national name. That's not a free national name. You have a national descent name and you have a free national name. Your national descent name is from the land in which you come from, which is Moorish, or the people which you come from, which is Moorish, and your free national name is from the land in which you're in right now. That's American. So why do you have Taj and all them teaching people that your free national name is Abdullah El Bey? That's not your free national name, family. Not according to the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. It's not your free national name. That might be your nickname, but that's not your free national name. It said, this is why I'm calling on all true American, true national citizens to help me morally, financially for my great work I'm doing to help this national government. Because without a free national name, with a national descent flag, a free national name with a national descent flag, where you from and where you at? Where you from and where you at? A free national name with a national descent flag of your forefathers. There is not a national divine. I whatever that say, because I don't think that's an error, whoever did this. This is from your true and divine prophet. Let's move on. So, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish guy right here also states, this is more evidence to my point. This is more evidence to my point. We of the Moorish Science Temple of America, like countless other American citizens. Here he go again, talking about American citizens. He said other American citizens. He said other American citizens. That means he's talking about Italians, he's talking about Mexicans, he's talking about Greeks. Other American citizens. No, we must live together here in America. He's not talking about creating nothing new, because he just said they know we must, listen, no, we must live here together in America. This is what the prophet said. I ain't say it. He said, know that we must live together here in America in harmony. In harmony. So that's why I right to travel don't fly. That's why I right to travel don't fly. Because that's not harmony. We must live together. He said other American citizens. I hope y'all listening to me. I hope y'all listening to me. He said other American citizens. He didn't say Moorish Americans. He said, know that we must live together here in America. This is why we don't need to go anywhere else. Here in America, said by the divine prophet, in harmony, friendship, and goodwill. Whatever our race or creed may be, the prophet was not trying to challenge these colonizers. The prophet was trying to build on nationhood. He just tells you right here in the Moorish Guide, whatever our race or creed may be, he comes along and tell you that it is only from a purely religious standpoint. It seems at this time that we differ from a large number of our fellow Americans. Our fellow Americans. You know he's talking about them Europeans. It's only from a purely religious standpoint. So all of y'all talking about religion and y'all saying y'all follow Prophet Noble Drew Ali, he was a religious man. He was a religious man. So when y'all keep talking about the prophet taught civics, the prophet taught civics, I'm teaching you the civics that the prophet taught, but he was a religious man. It's only from a purely, remember at the beginning of the sentence, he said we. He said it's only from a purely religious standpoint. It seems at this time that we differ from a large number of our fellow Americans. We believe in and foster the Muslim religion. We believe in the principles of its teaching insofar as it can be adopted to American life. To American life, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. He said the principles. So the principles of Ramadan must be applied. The principle of Salat prayer must be applied. The principle of the Holy Quran of Muhammad must be applied. The principles, not the customs. But that's a sidebar. That's a sidebar. And he not only say that once, he said that many a times. He say that many a times that we should foster the principles and the principles of the Holy Quran of Muhammad. Do we know the difference between principles and practicing a tradition and a custom? There's principles in Salat. There's principles in Ramadan. He said practice these principles. We should foster the principles. He said, we feel, listen to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. He said, we feel that the Christian religion is a right for those who prefer it. I agree. If that's what you want, fine. In America, religious freedom is guaranteed under guaranteed all under the Constitution. So anybody ask me why I got the Noble Temple, why we moving on the plan of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, let me quote it for you. In America, religious freedom is guaranteed all under the Constitution. If you want to know why I'm teaching Moorish Science Temple of America, because in America, religious freedom is guaranteed all under the Constitution. I hope you catch that. I hope you catch that. If you wonder why I'm the Moorish Science Temple of America, no different than anybody else who claim it, and nobody else, and no different than anybody else who practice it, and I don't care what you done filed, because in America, religious freedom is guaranteed all under the Constitution. It is what it is. It is what it is. He said, we are interested. This is all Prophet Noble Drew Ali. This is not hearsay. This is not somebody said he said. This is all Drew Ali. He said, we are interested in freeing ourselves and our children from our greatest plight, economic slavery. Why are we setting up courts and we ain't working on this economic slavery? Why are we setting up all this paperwork? Why are we setting up all this paperwork and we ain't setting up this economic slavery to get up out of this economic slavery? Why are we filing all this paperwork and we ain't trying to get out this economic slavery? For the prophets say, this is our greatest plight. This is our greatest plight. Our paper ain't right. Our money funny. Our change is strange. Come on, man. Come on, man. The prophets say we are interested in freeing ourselves and our children from our greatest plight. Why do we think enforcing some constitution fictitiously is freeing ourselves? Our greatest plight is economic slavery. If we get that paper right, we can move right. If we get the paper right, we can move right. And like my brother Hakeem Bey saying, we ain't talk about that paperwork. We talk about that gold and silver that's represented, but misrepresented by that dollar because they say it's not balanced by gold and silver no more, but we know what we're talking about. It goes on to say, we believe, now listen to it, family. This is the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. This is the evidence. We believe this can be best done by encouraging, patronizing, and establishing our own business enterprise. Taj, where is your business enterprise? For 30 years, Supreme Grand Sheiks, where's your business enterprises? For 30 years, for 20 years, for 10 years, where is your business enterprises? It says, we believe that this can be best done by encouraging, patronizing, and establishing our own business enterprises and cultivating our own acres of land. Where is this land at? We have people been around for 30 years and we ain't got 1 ounce of a building. And you gonna tell me who give me the authority to teach Moorish science or Islamism? You got to be kidding me. Anybody tell me that, family, I'm ready to duel off the break. Anybody tell me that, I'm ready to duel off the break. Inside the temple, outside the temple. I'm ready to duel off the break. The prophet talking about cultivating our own acres of land. We can't even cultivate a brick for a building in half of these bodies. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? See, this what y'all don't want me to pull the cover off. You don't want me to pull the cover off because it's not only the Taj Tariqites. It's not only the Taj Tariqites. You know what I mean? Sometimes we in the temple is the biggest problem too. But at least we in the temple. At least we're in the temple. At least we under the banner that the prophet left. And there's hope when we under the banner that the prophet left. But we got to tighten up too. So the prophet said, we welcome into our folds men and women of our group. Family. Family. He didn't say Europeans. He said men and women of our group. Of all sections. Men and women of our group. Family. Let's stop trying to flip the prophet's words. Let's stop trying it. He said we welcome into our folds men and women of our group. He's speaking of Asiatics. He's speaking for those descended from the inhabitants of Africa. He said, we welcome into our fold men and women of all sections, all trades, occupations, and last but not least, it says, with a sound mind. A profession and of sound mind. Family, why are we chasing a bunch of situations and people that is not going to help take this movement to the next level? We need to help everybody, I agree. But the prophet said, and I'm quoting the prophet, we welcome into our fold men and women of our group of all sections, all trades, occupations, and profession, and of sound mind. Everybody rock with me as somebody. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Whether it be Marshall, whether it be Mariana Bay, whether it be Akhenaten, whether it be, I go on, Faulkner L, whether it be, who I miss? Who I'm missing? Sylvester, I can't name all of y'all, but everybody is somebody. Because I know what the prophet said. The prophet said we welcome into our fold men and women of our group of all trades, occupation, professions of a sound mind. So we need everybody. So we need everybody. But we need somebody that can help build this demonstration as the prophet was looking for. So when we go in here, I just went to this, but I got to put emphasis on it. I'm going to pass that because I got worked up. Let me pass that. First of all, this is for the Taj Tariqites that thought the prophet Noble Drew Ali was adverse to working with Europeans. And I'm not trying to tell you to go ahead and amalgamate, because we choose not to amalgamate with the pale-skinned nation of Europe. But we trade and we do business with all different nations. So this is during the parade. You hear me? This is during the parade. The prophet is securing a permit. First of all, he went and got a permit. He went and got a permit for the parade. He didn't say this is my land. He didn't say this is Morocco. He didn't say this is my territory. He went to City Hall or wherever he had to go in Cook County and got a permit for the parade. That's wicked clear right there. He didn't say this is my land. He didn't do none of that. So if the prophet would get a permit, it begs the reason that he would have a driver's license. Because, of course, a permit is a license to have a parade. So it would beg the reason that he would have a driver's license if he was driving. That only makes common sense. See, this is how idiotic we think. If the prophet took time to secure a permit, now listen, read it what it say. It said the prophet is securing a permit, and securing a permit for the parade also secured a squad of European police. To accompany his car in the parade. The prophet went and got European police. He got European police. He got the colonizers. He went, hey. He went, got them boys. What you say about that? What you say about that? Because listen, let me explain something to you. When you're a citizen of a country, and when you're a group of people of a country, you barter and you do business with other groups of people. That's not strange. That's not strange. And when you pay taxes, the resources are at your disposal. Come on, man, let's use common sense. Do you think if the prophet was not lined up properly, he would have a European police escort? Huh? Huh? Do you think that? Do you really think that? So it goes to say, the prophet is secure in securing a permit for the parade, also secured a squad of European police to accompany his car in the parade. Do you really think he was demonstrating the right to travel with the police traveling with him in the parade? Do you really, are we really that slow? It said the line of march was from 32nd and Federal Street east to Wabash. I was there a few years ago and we demonstrated that. Shout out to the good brother Braswell Bay for demonstrating that degree, him and his body. East to Wabash, north on west and 32nd Street, then the Temple on 30. We didn't go all that route, but we was on Wabash. 30 to at 3140 Indiana Avenue. That it was one of the most beautiful parades that had been held in Chicago for a number of years was stated by all leading newspapers of the city. This parade did much to inform those who were not accounted for. I think that's what it would say. So the point of the matter, family, the prophet was a statesman. The prophet was a statesman. The prophet was building on nationhood within a nation, without the overtones that we see today. It goes on to say, I got about 15 more minutes. I just get warmed up though. I got 15 more minutes. What I need to show y'all is that this is why I say I would challenge and I would debate anybody. I would debate anybody respectfully as it relates to the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I would debate Asir the Duke. I would debate Taj Tariq. I would debate anybody. And I love me some Asir the Duke. That's my guy. But I don't feel he teaches the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali as what I'm explaining today. But he's still my brother. And I would debate anybody on it. You know what I mean? I would debate anybody on it. Anybody that think that they know the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, let's do it. Respectfully. Y'all know, real quick, y'all know how y'all see, if you go on YouTube and you see the European Muslims in the East, they sit down and they start talking about the Quran. They go back and forth. You know what I mean? They go back and forth, and they never ready to fight. They never cuss each other out. They just trading what they think is sound hadith, what they think is no good hadith. They debate what they think is the Quran mean this and the Quran mean that. They go back and forth. You never see them cussing each other out. But at the end they shake hands or whatever the case may be, or a collegiate debate. This is what I'm talking about. I'm saying let's get to the truth. I'm not talking about a circus. I'm talking about a respectable debate. A respectable debate on any topic. On any topic. It don't matter if it's the Holy Quran. It don't matter. So it goes on to say, this is by Varnon Bey. The steps by which Muslims became known were taught by our prophet, Noble Drew Ali, in 1925. In the Moorish Science Temple. We all love the prophet who will do much for us and who will do much for the Divine Father. He made all of us understand the truth. He brought us out of darkness and gave us the light of salvation. We're talking about religion. We're talking about religion. We're talking about religion. Those of us, sheiks, whom he has taught, are in turn teaching this divine science. They were teaching a divine science. What are we teaching today? We talk about law and civics. That's not a divine science. It has nothing to do with the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. None whatsoever. I believe it can be used in its proper place, but it can't be associated as taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And this is why I make the statement, Taj Tariq do not teach Moorish science as taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. No way, shape, or form. No way, shape, or form. Not even close. Not even close. I mean, so it goes on to say, this will let them know that they are not Negroes, black, nor colored, but American citizens with a wonderful history. So family, I'm going to breeze through this real quick. I saved some of this, but these are ads from the Moorish Guide that I can blow up. I'm going to let it pass for right now, because Sunday, we're going to get into some things. We're going to get to some things. You know what I mean? Sunday, we're going to get into some things. But I love to show this right here. I love to show this right here. Family, this was what you're looking at right now is a temple report. I love to show this temple report, because this temple report is the temple report from Pittsburgh, PA, with a sum of $4,221. But when you go down to Lomax Bay in Chicago, his temple had $19,000. Now remember, family, this was 1927 and 28. This was 1927 and 28. Family, this is what that money looked like today in 1927, 28. 19,000 and 1927. That's the real money. That's the economic thing that we're talking about. That's what we're trying to get away from. This is what we're trying to build on. We try like running to the courts, challenging authority, running to the court and challenging a delegation authority. Let's get to the paper. Let's get to the bread. Let's get to the finance. Why we can't get to the finance? Because we too stuck into foolishness. That's how much money it was. 19,000 was over $250,000. That's $250,000. That's $250,000. And that's only the year of 27, 28. What they do in 26 and 29. That's $250,000. That's how they took over the south side of Chicago. They didn't take over the south side of Chicago trying to set up some delegation of authority or asking some people some delegation of authority. They didn't take over the south side of Chicago by challenging these Europeans of a right to travel. That's a distraction. That's a distraction. So here we go. That's a distraction. Family, this is what the Moors was about. You can't see it too well, but they was creating businesses. This is the Moorish Manufacturing Corporation. They were creating businesses. They was creating wealth. They were creating jobs. They were creating opportunities. They wasn't creating confusion. They wasn't creating confusion. That's why I say that Taj Tariq stuff is a distraction. And there's no doubt in my mind. Something ain't right about it. Why ain't nobody creating the finance? Why ain't nobody creating jobs for the little children? Why ain't nobody creating jobs for themselves? Something ain't right. And we falling for the okie doke. So here we go. Here we go. Your brother Tarik Bey trying to move in the spirit of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. The Moors endorse the village idea. This is where I came up with the Moorish village in Baltimore. It's not my idea. Look what it says. The following letter is of many, and this goes to what I read earlier. The following letter is one of many received by the guide, relative to establishment of a town owned and completely operated by the persons belonging to the Moorish Science Temple of America. Why ain't nobody moving on this? Why ain't nobody moving on this? All this grand body beef, not one moving on this? Why? 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 All of these Moors everywhere? Why? This is the Prophet's program. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me because I'm expressing the Prophet program. Don't be mad at me. Get up, dust yourself off, and let's get at it. Don't be mad at me. Don't call me the bad guy. Get up, dust yourself off, and let's create these Moorish villages. Let's create this money. Let's create this wealth. Let's create this political power. Don't be mad at me. It goes on to say, January 29, 1929, Islam, in response to the question asked concerning the Moors of having their own town, homes. See, they was renting back then. That's what y'all ain't know. That's why I said own temples. They was renting back then. They was renting Unity Hall. But all of these are lessons for us to learn from. Because the Prophet let his feet clearly cut. He left his footprints clearly cut. It goes on to say, we will say all honor to the Prophet who is going to give us something of our own. And we are going to do all in our power to help build the Moorish Science Temple of America so we can have something of our own. So we can have something of our own. He didn't say go challenge the delegation of authority. He didn't say challenge your birthright. He didn't say challenge your right to travel. Challenge. No. This said that we are going to help build the Moorish Science Temple of America so we can have something of our own. That's just what it say. That's just what it say. That's just what it say. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. I'm just the messenger. It goes on to say. I'm going to skip that because I don't feel like squinching my eyes. Now, when you start talking about Moorish science and Moorish civics, the civics that Taj teaches has nothing to do with the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's civics. The Prophet, and this person say, and you think you are a citizen. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. And I follow and I subscribe and I have confidence and faith in the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Absolutely. Absolutely do. Maybe you don't understand it and it's not for you. That's fine. Maybe Beanie White don't understand it. It's not for you. That's fine. To each his own. But we understand it as Moorish Americans. That's what's important. You don't even got to understand it. Those who choose to move on the notion of a divine prophet need to understand it. And until your way be yours, to mine be mine. But now let's check it out. Moorish Science Temple of America Civics is what you see on the front page of the guide. Elect Anderson. And that's a quote from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. He didn't say create a new government. He said elect Anderson. What does that do? What does that mean? That means put our people in position of power so we can have the power and we can have access to the resources. But not only did he say that about Anderson, Judge Blackwell went to the bench that year as a judge. Oscar the Priest went to Congress that year. Anderson became the alderman that year. And there was two others. Another councilman, I forget his name. And there was one other person that went into office that year. But the point of the matter is, this is the Prophet Noble Drew Ali civics. That stuff Taj talk about is not the civics taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. The civics that Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught was take our people and take our representative, put them in position of power, get access to the resources, and bring it back home. That's the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali is showing no signs of creating no Moorish American government. But he's showing signs. Oh, they say the government is corporate. Oh, the government is a corporation. Have you ever heard of a corporate takeover? Because the Moorish Science Temple of America is a corporation too. Have you ever heard of a corporate takeover? Why ain't nobody organizing like this? Why? Maybe the infiltration is still alive. Maybe so. Hey, I gotta move on with the prophet say. And this presentation is so everybody else, so it can be in the public. It can be in the public how the prophet feel. The prophet feel is what it says. Elect Anderson. Who is your alderman? I bet you don't know. Which person that you can prepare in your group to be the alderman? I bet you don't have nobody. I bet you don't know. Who can you prepare among you to become a judge? I bet you don't know. How many judges are your friends that will represent for you and your people while he's on the bench and he need to be elected and you can put votes behind him? I bet you don't know. I bet you don't know. Because guess what? The distraction is alive and well. They're going to distract you with these courts. They're going to distract you with this paperwork. They're going to distract you with these meaningless things that the prophet never represented. And that's why I say, anybody, come challenge me. Come challenge me. Anybody challenge me. Any other Taj Tariqites, any other brothers that listen to Sabir Bey, come challenge me. And I would even throw the challenge out to sheiks. Any sheiks, if they want to, challenge me. But I think me and the sheiks are on the same page. I would hope we are. I would hope we are. I think we are, though. I think we are. But I'm up for any challenge when it comes to the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Let me share this with you. Oh, we got 15 minutes. Let me get 15 minutes, family. This is how we know. This is how we know that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali wasn't talking that rhetoric that we hear all of these Taj followers, these consular court followers. This is how we know. This is how we know. In this ad right here, these are old articles. It said, homage paid to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And what I got highlighted is state, city dignitaries, as well as Muslims and laymen honored the prophet. And this was the birthday celebration of the prophet. He had the officials, who these people call the colonizers, honoring him. And I agree they are colonizers, no problem, no, but hey, I can't spend my time worrying about them no more. My time got to be dedicated to what we need to build. I got to keep an eye open because we know who we're dealing with. But my time need to be dedicated to making sure these children got something. My time got to be dedicated to making sure that we can pass some acres of land for the next generation. My time got to be dedicated to making sure we at least have a little schoolhouse for the next generation. My time got to be dedicated to cleaning up this mess that people are misrepresenting of our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So right here, it's talking about the prophet will visit all temples in America. But listen to what it say. As a result from numerous requests from all over United States, all over the United States, not Marrakesh, not Al Morocc, not a Mexam, all over the United States, Prophet Drew Ali will make another nationwide tour. Again, nation is indicative of the boundary of the United States of America. Your Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a statesman for the Moors. He represented us well. He represented us well. With all the state and city officials, he represented us well. And this was 1927, 28. This was when racism was high. Y'all crying now? Y'all crying now? It goes on to say, nationwide tour with the expectation of seeing every Moor personally within the boundaries of America. Y'all, can y'all see that? Within the boundaries of America, not Al Morocc. Let me see if y'all can see that. Let me blow it up for y'all. Y'all see that? Right there. Within the boundaries of America. Within the boundaries of America. Not Al-Morocco. Nuh-uh. Uh-uh. Not Northwestern Maxim. No. Within the boundaries of America. The prophet wasn't teaching nothing foreign, nothing weird. So y'all need to stop it. Now here's are all the public officials. Oscar the Priest, Louis B. Anderson, Judge Blackwell, I think he's in the picture, surrounding the prophet. The prophet was a statesman for the Moors. He was a statesman for the Moors. And y'all be playing. Let me give y'all another example. This is a program, and y'all might say, well, a program for the Moor Science Temple of America number 12. I don't know what year this is, but this was reported from the Moorish Guide. Listen to this. The meeting was opened at 7:30 p.m. by the Grand Sheikh Bro Smith L. By reading the Constitution, this is how we know that the Constitution is to be read. After which, a lesson for the evening from the Holy Quran. They read chapter 39. After which, the following program rendered. This is how you know how to run a meeting. Also, it's been passed down. Opening address by Bro Adams Bey. After which, a choir selection. They had choirs during the time of the prophet. Y'all might want to drop your L's and B's now. The Moors had choirs. Like, yeah, they was getting it in. Yeah. Opening address by Bro Adams Bey, after which was a choir selection. Third, a solo by Sister Mamie Hester. Sister Mamie Hester, not L, Sister Mamie Hester, not Bay, All are welcome in the Moorish Science Temple of America. Fourth, a selection reading by Sister Mamie Bradley, not L, not Bay. Now, why is that significant? Because as we read that, because we always want to act like we so religious and we can't let nobody talk or do anything in the temple. Now, I've been to them places before. But look what it said. Look what it said. The fifth, a solo by Sister G. Grant Bay. Now we get into the Bay. So we have Mamie Hester, Mamie Bradley, Noella Bay singing up in the temple. See, y'all got to study this stuff. And learn to open your meetings according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Imitate the prophet. It goes on to say, a solo by Sister G. Grant Bay. She proclaimed her nationality. But the ones that didn't claim their nationality was not ostracized. Obviously, because they were singing in the temple. 6, a paper by Sister P. Smith L. 7th, a short talk by Bro E. Coleman Bay. After this, an address was given by the Grand Governor W.H. Glover L. So now, what that lends itself to say, that those who maybe was not a member or was not proclaimed their nationality, they presented themselves first. After that, the L's and Bays came behind them. You see? So where is all this action today? Where is it today? Come on, man. Let's talk about it. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, all day, every day. Okay. W.H. Glover L. Subject, the location of hell. Everyone was pleased. Sister P. Smith L. Reporter to the guide. Honor to my sister Mariana Bay, the Grand Secretary of the Noble Temples, man. That's what we talking about. We talking about work, reporting. We talking about work. That's what we talking about. So, family, I gave y'all a nice little presentation. I might as well finish now. So, this is here. Supreme businessman that thanks fellow members, Islam, fellow Moors. I'm taking this opportunity to thank you. We have answered our advertisement in relation to the Moors having their own town, ultimate police, judges, and etc. The Prophet is looking forward to establishing this town in connection with a large farm during the year of 1929. Those who have not answered will please let me hear from them concerning this great plan. Oh yeah, we ain't talking about a hymn book. We talking about a choir here. We need, but we need to teach this truth, dude. Don't get it twisted. So anyway, family, this is a picture you might can't see that clearly. You might can't see that clearly. But this is a picture of Moors on the Moor land. Nobody knows where this land at now. I don't know. But they had some land in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. Nobody knows what happened to it. But that's another story. But if I could get this picture a little bit clear, you will see so many Moorish Americans, and not one Moorish American can we find pressed up on a judge for delegation of authority. Even when Allah L got locked up for the Claude Green situation. Even at that time, he did not mention asking them did they have any authority over him. And this is a Moorish Guide paper. I will go over this on Sunday, and I will challenge the status quo. Some of these things I may repeat. I'm not sure, because you know I'm at that age now where as though I got to drill home and use the hammer. You know what I'm saying? But family, let me tell you. Family, listen to me. I got one final statement before I get up out of here. One final statement before I get up out of here. Family, there is definitely a distraction going on. It is definitely time for us to wake up to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. It is definitely time for us to move as a unit as it relates to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. It is definitely a time for those who believe in the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali come together and move on the Prophet's Noble Drew Ali's plan. Because in this era of time, we have many distractions. In this era of time, we have all sorts of things put in place so you will not know who you are or which way to go. Taj Tariq is one of them. The Sabir Beys is another. One thing I do like about Sabir Bey is that he really just teaches from books, and he's not interfering and trying to pound home Noble Drew Ali, Noble Drew Ali, Noble Drew Ali. So Sabir Bey, I give him a little bit of pass. But when Taj Tariq flat out lie and say the Prophet say if you don't do nothing, declare your nationality, and he says things like study, 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 and then refer to the Black Laws Dictionary, that's a distraction. There's nothing in this presentation that I showed you tonight that Taj can even come close to. You know what I mean? There's nothing that Taj can touch what I showed you tonight. Nothing. Matter of fact, you can look at it and go back and look at it, and you will see that they're two separate doctrines. What I just taught tonight is separate from what Taj teaches, and you know it. You can't get away from it. So that only can be a distraction. That consular court thing is a distraction. And so this is what we got to be prepared for next, because these are the next distractions that is coming for our people. And this is it. And I'm going to comment on this, and I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to comment on this, and I'm going to get up out of here.
You say you black? No, I'm not black.
I'm not black. Y'all is black. What y'all is then?
We're Moorish American. Me and Tiffany Moorish American.
True.
We claim our nationality and we got a car, so me and her is not black. Yeah, I'm Moorish American.
What about you?
She black. You say you black? No, I'm not not black.
How y'all not black? Y'all is black. What y'all is then?
We're Moorish American. Me and Tiki Moorish American.
True.
We claimed our nationality and we got a car, so me and her is not black. Yeah, I'm Moorish American.
What about you?
Black. Yo, she black. You say you black? No, I'm not black.
How y'all not black? Y'all is black. What y'all is then?
We're Moorish American. Me and Tiki Moorish American.
True.
Family. Hey, family. These are not Moorish Americans, family. These sisters here are not Moorish Americans. They're not. I'm going to show and prove once and for all, no matter who likes it and who don't like it, I'm going to prove once and for all on Sunday. To be a Moorish American, not only do you have to have the quality of character, you have to be a member of a Moorish Science Temple of America that open their meetings according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That study the Quran, that study the Constitution and bylaws, and the questionnaire that's handed down by the Prophet. There is no other way of being a Moorish American. This is not like this is not like I can just adopt this. No. I'm going to show and prove that. So anybody who's calling themselves Moorish American, ask them what temple do they belong to. You cannot be a Moorish American and not be a member of an organized group that open their meetings as taught by Prophet Noble Ali, according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, that studies the Quran, the questionnaire, and the Constitution. You just can't be a Moorish American. You can be a Moor all you want. That's your issue. You can even call yourself a Moor American. But you are not a Moorish American. Moorish American are distinctively defined by being a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Why? That's how it was defined with the Prophet, and that's how we are going to define it and enforce it from this day forward. Moorish American was identified by their life in the temple and being followers of Prophet Noble Ali within the construct, rules, laws, and discipline of Islamism. Them sisters are not Moorish Americans. This is just another distraction. You hear the sister say, I got my card. This is just a distraction. This is another distraction. So when I'm talking, or somebody with good sense talking, the teaching of the Prophet Noble Ali, young people can gravitate to this. So every step of the way, when y'all see this, y'all need to inbox these sisters, as my brother Tariq L did, or y'all need to talk to these sisters. This is nothing to be proud of. This is nothing to be proud of. Fake hair. And I'm not condemning the sisters, but I know that this is one of the distractions. I know that this is one of the distractions. Fake hair, blue, green, yellow, eyelashes, one of the distractions. Let me answer my brother Beanie White. So it's just a religion aspect. Brother Beanie White, let me tell you something. When we talk about religion, we're not talking about the religion that you're used to. We're actually talking about a way of life, brother. You know what I'm saying? My bad. So look, let me share this with my brother real quick. So brother, Brother Beanie White, when we're talking about religion, we're not talking about religion like you're used to. That means, like, we're not talking about you go to the temple. Brother, your forefathers wasn't Moorish American. Your forefathers wasn't Moorish American. We are born Moorish Americans. No, you're not. Your forefathers wasn't Moorish American. Moorish American came with the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. They wasn't. Your forefathers was Moors. They was not Moorish Americans. No, they wasn't. You can't show me nowhere in history where you seen a Moorish American. Your descent nature, you're a Moor, but you're not a Moorish American. No. You're Asiatic, you're not a Moorish American. No. I can show and prove. Anybody want to debate it? Anybody want to debate it? I debate anybody on it. I ain't even digging the bag yet. Your descent nature is not a nationality. Anybody want to debate it? Do you know what a descent nature is? Don't believe that Taj stuff. Do you know what a descent nature is? No one can change from his descent nature. Do you know what a descent nature is? A descent nature is not a nationality. I debate anybody on it. Inbox me. Inbox me. There was no Moorish American before the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. The Moorish Americans came into existence with the coming of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And he made the connection for you so you can come into existence in this new era of time. This is a new era of time now. In this new era of time now, you are a Moorish American by the way of the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. But in the old era of time, you was a Moor, you was a Canaanite, you was a Moabite, you was a Hittite, you was descended from Moroccans. Which one are you? In this new era of time, this is a new era of time now. And all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government which they live in the nation of the earth. But the prophet said, you're descended from ancient Canaanites. He also said, you are descended of the ancient Moabites. He also said, this is your descent nature. All of those names are your descent nature. Your nature is encompassed in all of those names. But in this name today, it envelopes all of those names as well as that nature, but it was brought by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And until you set the standard, until you follow the standard, you cannot qualify. Prophet Noble Drew Ali is the standard. He didn't say, don't be with us and you must proclaim your nationality. He didn't say that. He said, with us. Within the construct, within the body, within the organized group, it's called the Moorish Science Temple of America, with us. If you're not with us, you're not us. Cut it out. If you're not with us, you're not us. You're still my brother, because we all Moors. We can say that's an ethnic term. But if you're not with us, you're not us. You can't be a Moorish American and not with us. And what I'm talking about is being a member of this organized group and understanding the Constitution and bylaws. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion. That one. With us, all members must proclaim that one. The Grand Sheikh and the chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is empowered to make laws, enforce laws consistent of the Prophet and the grand body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. That group right there. Those who subscribe to the divine Constitution and bylaws. Those who subscribe to the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. That one. To be a Moorish American, you have to subscribe to the rules. These are the rules. You cannot say, this is not like, I'm an Italian, but I'm not being a part of the Italian government. Okay. Just call yourself Italian, but get on away from here. Whatever. And I'm saying that because, you know, we come to a point now where we have to separate the truth from the falsehood. We have to do as it says in the Bible. We have to separate the wheat from the chaff. It is what it is. We have to separate it and get it over with. Family, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Give me a second real quick, and I'm going to get up out of here. So I appreciate y'all. Hope y'all got something out of this. Yeah, hold up. I don't know how I did all that. I don't know how I did all that. See, y'all messed me up. See, y'all messed me up. I don't know how I did all that. Okay, this brother said if you proclaim your nationality, you are Moorish American, period. You can say that, but guess what? You're not a part of any Moorish society, so it don't count. You call yourself what you want. That don't make you that. You don't receive the benefits of the rewards. This is like somebody calling himself Italian, but living in the jungles of Belize. He don't get the rewards of being an Italian. He calls himself what he wants. You know what I mean? Proclaim your nationality. When you proclaim your nationality, what is the next step? What do you do after that? Do you proclaim? No. There's more. There's a contingency. There's a contingency. Once you proclaim your nationality, there's something else. Must be upright, independent, and fearless. Must take your place in the affairs of man. There's something else. You don't just proclaim your nationality and willy-nilly, no. With nationality comes responsibility. Comes quality of character. You can't say yourself that you're a lion, but you meowing like a cat. You can't say you're a Moor, but don't have Moorish character. I mean, Moorish American, if you will. You can't say you're a Moorish American and don't have Moorish American character. You can't have on a skimpy dress and representing the Moorish Science Temple of America or being a Moorish American, because Moorish Americans are members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. They are interchangeable. A member of the Moorish Science Temple of America is interchangeable with being a Moorish American. There was none before the prophet. The prophet is the standard. You guys can't say, I'm going to take this and now forget the prophet. I'm going to take this, forget the movement. I'm going to take this, I ain't got nothing to do with them. But I'm a Moorish American. It don't work like that. Not with this. Not with this. That may work with your Sam's Club card. That might even work with your grocery store card. But it just don't work with the Moorish Science Temple of America. When you proclaim your nationality, there's rules. And the rules are found within the organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America. That's it. And if you ain't following the rules of the Moorish Science Temple of America, turn in your button, cease weighing your fares, and return back to the state where I, the prophet, found you. That's it. Turn in your button. Why would the prophet say, turn in your button, cease weighing your fares? Because he don't want you associated with him if you ain't with us. Fares and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. They will tell you themselves that they're actually, somebody paid them to do a photo shoot or a modeling job. They will tell you themselves that they meant no disrespect. Oh yeah, they might be coming on the show this Sunday. That they meant no disrespect. They will tell you themselves. Now, so it's up to y'all. If y'all, we can't, you ain't gonna hijack Moorish science no more. Those days are over, family. You can't hijack it. Join the temple. You know what I mean? We're not hijacking being a Moorish American and not living a life. Because to be a good Moorish American, yeah, you gotta live the life. That's right. You gotta live the life. That's right. And anyway, let's do this. Islam. So I see we got everybody in the chat. We looking good, fam. That was a pre-recorded thing. I see my brother my brother asked the question. And He's like, you didn't answer. Well, brother, that was pre-recorded. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was, hey, brother Yuma, I mean, it was so dynamic, right? That I had to live stream it today so people can see it. Last night, I did a stream on Facebook, and I did it on Facebook so people on Facebook could get the full effect. If they don't come to YouTube, they get it on Facebook. But on Facebook, there's a lot of back and forth. And we know on Facebook that, you know what I mean, we got these thumb thugs. You know what I mean? They thumb thugs. This is all they do all day long. They probably don't work. This is all they do. They got Xbox and PlayStation, and they do this, and then they go from that to their phone. They go from the PlayStation to the phone. Stand to the phone. PlayStation, phone. You know what I mean? And so they all day long with this. All day. Here you go. Here you go. They all day. Just like that. So I say, you know what? I don't have time to thumb you to death. I don't have time. You know what I mean? So they thumb thug you to death. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just do a presentation. Because see, everything I like to do, I like to show and prove. So let me say it one more time. I got the screen here. I need to see the comments up here. So matter of fact, let me see if I can get the comments in the stream. Let me see if I can add a source and get the comments in the stream. Now, matter of fact, I'm not gonna worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let me see. Let me see if I can get it though. Let me see if I can get the comments in the stream. Let me see. Facebook Live comics display. Let's see what we got here. See if we get the comments into the stream. No, we can't get up in there. I don't feel like messing with it anyway, because it's been a nice little demonstration. But anyway, I'll look right here. Okay. So the point of the matter is, family, let me explain to you when I say a person is not a Moorish American. When I say a person is not a Moorish American, that I'm referring to, I am one who's going back to the teachings of the Moorish Temple of America and Islamism, how Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught it, because I know for a fact that it was successful. I showed you the numbers, it was successful. I showed you the influence, it was successful. So somebody in the chat say, what have the Moors done for 100 years? You know, and so I say, you know what? I can't focus on what they've done for 100 years, but what I can do is show you what I'm going to do in the next 4. Why do I say next 4? Because everything that I showed you was done from the year 1926 to the year 1929. 26, 27, 28, 29. 26, 27, 28, 29. 3-4 years. Everything that I told you, everything that I just showed you from one temple. Now remember, when I showed you the numbers of the temple making $19,000 that year, that was one temple. That was temple in Detroit. That was $250,000 for one temple. Now, know for sure that there were 15 to 19 temples during that time. We had another temple that I showed you that they made $4,000. And if you do the inflation comparison of yesterday, 20s until now, you'll see that was a nice piece of change. The point that I'm making is no one has endeavored to do it like the prophet did it. And so I say in 4 years, we got a goal. You know what I mean? We say we got a goal. And so we at the Noble Temple, Moorish Science Temple of America, has set out to endeavor to achieve this goal. We really 6 months in and already got the first building, got people lining up for the building. Matter of fact, I could show you on my phone people lining up, whether they in the Moorish Science Temple of America or not, for to get in on what we're doing, which we call the Moorish Village. So, but it's going to take a little time to get the wheels greased up a little bit. But once the wheels are greased up, it's off to the races. So the point of the matter is, we working. But when I say that they are not Moorish Americans, I'm only saying that Moorish Americans was known by those who subscribed to the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali during the time of the prophets. So if you're not subscribing to the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, no longer will we accept you being a Moorish American. You are Moor, absolutely. You are Moor. Nobody can take that from you. But a Moorish American comes with just like being a Jew that entered into their nationality as an Israelite. You know, if you can be a Jew in Hollywood, be freaky deaky and all that, but you ain't gonna be an Israelite Jew in Israel, and representing with the yarmulke on your head and all that. And I'm not going to use I can't stand to compare us to these Europeans, but we don't have any examples as of yet. You know what I mean? As to how this nationality piece works. Nationality, it works in such a way as taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali that you become a part of a body, of an organization. You metamorph that into the nation. Organization should metamorphose into a nation. That's just how it is. That's how the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Operation, that's how they manifested their nation. It is what it is. You know, they have a nation with no land at this point, but they are recognized as a nation. The Jews did it too. The European Jew did it too. So it's time for us to do it. Now let me answer some question. My brother said, Sham God. Man, you know, when these people put B's and L's at the end of their name at the same time, all we got to do is, Sham God, is look back to the record. Was there a Moor during the time of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali with El Bey on his name? We ain't got to argue. Nope. When somebody say that Taj Tariq is the National Grand Sheikh of what? Of what? And it's not disrespect. Or they call him a sheikh of what? Let's see who made you a sheikh. Can we ask? Is that disrespect if I ask you who made you a sheikh? Who made you a sheikh? Come on, man. We can love our brother. We can love our sister. But if somebody came into your house and you was having a heart attack and they resuscitate you, but then you back to life, and then they say, well, listen, at this point, I got to cut your chest open. I got to cut your chest open and I got to do some work. And you say, hold up. You just gave me mouth to mouth. You ain't cutting my chest open. The reason you're going to say that, and they're going to say, well, I'm a doctor. You're going to say, man, how you a doctor? You just gave me mouth to mouth. And the reason why you're going to buck because you're not convinced that they're a doctor. Yet, when someone comes and tell you that they're a sheikh and they start teaching Moorish science, you are automatically running and believing this guy is a sheikh. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. So there is no wonder there's a disconnect. There's a great disconnect when you're talking about. I bust my finger. There's a great disconnect when you're talking about the teachings of a Taj Tariq, a Cujo, and a Tarik Bey. There's a disconnect. There's a total disconnect. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Okay, let me see. Let me get my brother. My brother, hey Yuma. Why Yuma? You asked me a question first, brother. You asked me something about the Indians. What was that question, brother? What was that question? Let me see. What was that question? I want to get that question before I get up out of here. He said, were the Moors before Noble Drew Ali? We were Moors. I said Moor, yeah, of course, but not Moorish American. You wasn't a Moorish American before Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You was not a Moorish American before Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You was a Moor, so continue to be a Moor, not a Moorish American. Because a Moorish American come with strict discipline, strict descriptions as laid out by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You was a Moor, but not a Moorish American. That's something different. So let's be clear. Moors have been here. Okay, so my brother say to Arca, let me get a second real quick. Can I get a second? Let me get a second. So, let me see. So soon you're going to need to prove you are in this land and paperwork will not save you. And so somebody say, so who are the Moorish subject in the Expatriation Act of 1906? Brother, it can't be us because we still here. You know what expatriation means. Anyway, peace, family. Black culture, peace, family. So, hey, Yum, I'm trying to get to what you asked me, brother. Tahaka. How do Indians and Moors correlate? And why does Taj and Sabir fear you? Hey, brother, let me tell you something. It's very simple. First, how do Moors and Indians correlate? First of all, let me see if I have a slide real quick. Let me see if I got a slide real quick. Let me see if I got, yeah, I got a slide. Okay, so first of all, when you're talking about, let me see. First of all, when you're talking about Indians, let me ask you, and I'm going to look and make sure that we're on the same page. Are you talking about American Indians? Is that what you're referring to? Are you talking about what they would call American Indians? So Native Americans, maybe? Because I'm ready to break it down. So look, you say, how do Moors and Indian correlate? This is how this works. In old times, right, you're looking at a map right now of what they will call Africa. So our Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches us that Moors are descended from the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. And he said Moors are descendants of Moroccans and born in America. So when you look at the top left-hand corner of this map that I have up here, you'll see that Morocco, and you'll see the flag right there in the top left-hand corner. Okay? So when you look at that flag over there, this is, I got you, Yuma. This is the starting point of man beginning to traverse the northwest and southwestern shores of Africa. What the prophet is trying to do is get us to connect the dots. That the Moors are descendants of the Moroccans, born in America. Moors are descendants of the ancient Moabites. He's using the term ancient for a reason. Ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. So that's from the top to the bottom. Now, the prophet also tells us that the Moors, or the Moorish Empire, extended from the northwest, southwestern shores of Africa over the great Atlantis, which is the Atlantic Ocean, before the great earthquake. Now listen again. Now you don't have to believe this, but this what the teaching is that their dominion extended over the great Atlantis before the great earthquake. Now we know that Prophet Noble Drew Ali, he used terminologies that's relatable. Like this is for all those that love Jesus. We know that Jesus by name wasn't living that time. That's why we got a lesson in our questionnaire that said was the child that was called Jesus given a holy name. We know that that name didn't exist, but he was given that name. This is science. Watch me break it down to you. So now, check this out. So now, we're saying that those people that was here, that these brothers, and this is why brothers don't want to debate me. You know what I mean? Our brothers be like, I debate you, I debate you, I debate you. You really don't want to debate me because you never heard a Moor talk like this. You don't want to debate me. Don't do it. Anyway, you just hear me screaming and yelling and think I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's okay. If I encourage anybody to debate me because I'm gonna get my stock up and we're gonna uplift and help people unfold to this science. Anyway, when the prophet said across the great Atlantis to northwest, south, central America, he's saying that our dominion, before there was a divide, extended all the way into what we know to be the Americas. All the way. And so when someone says that they are Aboriginal, you shouldn't call yourself Aboriginal because that's not original. But that's on you. But that's on you. You can be Aboriginal if you want, but hey, anyway, you should be indigenous because the people that are in the Americas and the people that were on the shores of Africa are the same people. They are the same people and they never been separate. They are the same people. So when you look at California today, you have California today slipping away a piece of it. Now the people that's on that peninsula or on that landmass that is drifting away from California into the Pacific Ocean, are they different from the people in California? Is the people that was on Madagascar before the European came and exterminated them, was they different from the people of the mainland of South Africa? Of course they wasn't. Of course they wasn't. So it's the same thing with our brothers and sisters in the Americas before anybody came. They are the same people. So I don't know how, and we got to listen to what the prophet used. He says the term, this is why you got to listen to a divine prophet, because he said the Moorish Americans are descendants of Moroccans. Let me give you the science before we start Monday. The Moorish Americans are descendants of Moroccans and born in America. When the prophet said that, the Morocco wasn't even recognized or a nation state as we know it is today. That didn't happen to 1956. So to use the term Moroccans as it relates to the indigenous people, not the state or country. So people waving the Moroccan flag is out of order because the Moroccan flag wasn't even flown during the time of the prophet. It wasn't a state flag until 1956. And the difference is that the Moroccan flag, the green star, is outlined in black. Our star is completely green. Don't nobody want this work. They don't want this work, man. I'm trying to tell you, I've been studying. I got my study up. They don't want this work. I'm trying to tell you. And so the brother say, why won't Taj talk to you? Because everything that I got, everything that I will tell you, I'm going to screen share it for you. I'm just not going to tell you. Show me one time where Taj Tariq, he teach the prophet's lesson and screen sharing something the prophet said. Everything I teach, I'm going to show you. So this brother say, King Shabaka said, Moors had African and Eurasian slaves. They became slaves themselves. He said they became slaves themselves. Certain treaties with Moors, which they never upheld. That's right, Shabaka. Why do people keep talking about these treaties when the European has never been faithful to a treaty? See, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. These brothers keep holding. Those are the distractions, Shabaka. Those are the distractions. You know what I mean? Those are the distractions. They keep talking about these treaties when we know without a doubt of contradiction the European has never ever honored a treaty. And these guys talking about enforce the Constitution. Enforce the Constitution. When you enforce the Constitution, that means you work within the Constitution and get what you have coming to you out from the Constitution. Enforcing the Constitution is not grabbing up some law from 1865, 1862, and saying I got a right to travel when the right to travel referring to a horse and buggy. And then what's so funny to me is that these guys act like that they don't understand what retroactivity law is. Like, for instance, okay, if you had a right to travel with a horse and buggy in 1862, in 2018, they got a law that say you need a license, and it's retroactive. It's a retroactivity. Like you don't know what retroactive is? That means if you didn't have a license before we made the license law, so what? You better get one. It's like they dumbfounded or something. And I'm not calling anybody dumb. I'm just saying, like, do you understand what retroactive law is? Like what don't you get? Like, you quoting something from 1862. Like, come on. And people are running with it. Man, I'm telling you, man, you got some sharp brothers. The brother like Mario on that channel, you got some sharp brother. I like that brother. I don't care what y'all say. I dig that brother. He probably don't like me, and we might have to box it out if I see him. But I'm going to shake his hand when we finish. I like that brother, man. That brother sharp. That brother, I've been peeping him. He's sharp. But now when you get that other brother like Salami Ramiel, man, he faking like he's sharp. With that fake European laugh. Now, Moors are not black. Man, get out of here with that. Now, let me see what my next question is. I mean, brother, what I'm saying is, a lot of them laws that they pull out, it wasn't even automobiles at the time. A lot of them laws that they use, brother. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Well, they signed it every 50 years to remain here. Hey, brother, can you show me? You said they signed treaties every 50 years to remain here. Brother, they got the biggest military on the planet. They don't need to sign nothing to remain here. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's see what's going on. I got something coming in the inbox. Let me see what's going on. I know something coming in the inbox. Okay. Uh-oh. I got something that just came in, family. It's live. Hey, family. All right, let me report. I got to report. Let me report. Look. Let me tell you something, right? Look, somebody just hit me, right? And they just put up something that says, RV Bey do not agree with consular courts. So you know what that means? Now that means that Taj Tariq and RV Bey are at odds because Taj Tariq is the consular. He's the consular he's the consulate general. Oh, a house built on sand. It's crumbling. Hold on, let me see that. Now, Army Bey don't agree with consular courts. But Taj, information is with Army Bey, but he's the consulate general. I'm telling you, I'm knocking the brains out of falsehood. Come on home, family. Hold on. Come on, hold up. Set it. Let me do my setting. Come on in. Y'all are welcome to the Moorish Temple of America. Come on in. Noble temples, come on in. Join the noble temples under the Grand Sheikh and Chairman Tarik Bey. Come on in. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Case. Listen. I don't want to argue that, brother. There are many cases that show the right to travel is tried and true. The Constitution and subsequent law are for those in government. Hey, brother, if that's what you want to do, that's your thing. I would debate it, but me being a Moorish American, it applies to me that I need to have a license. It may not apply to you because the Prophet Noble Ali teaches us that, and I'm only, listen, I want y'all to understand. I'm only I only have conflict with those who use the name Prophet Noble Drew Ali in association with the right to travel. That's all I'm saying. You can right to travel all you want. If that's what you think, fine. But let's not associate that being the Moorish Science Temple of America's doctrine, because it's not. And you should not associate the Prophet Noble Drew Ali with something like that. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Let's not. Okay, so the brother said, the brother said there's a difference between driving and traveling. That's fine. My issue is that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali had no parts of that. That's all I'm saying. Can I be respected for that? I'm not saying you can right to travel all you want, but that's not what the Prophet taught. As you've seen in this video, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, absolutely. We are part of the said government. Absolutely, brother. Did you see the video when I started it? All right, hold up. Let me see something. Let me see if I can bring it back for you. Let me bring something back for you. Let me go through a couple slides real quick, since you don't get it. You don't have to believe or understand what we're talking about. Let me see if I can bring it back for you. I'm going to try to bring a slide back for you real quick. Let me bring a slide back for you. Let me bring a slide back for you. So family, when the brother asked me, so you're a part of this government, brother, it's quite obvious. If the Prophet Noble Drew Ali put 5 people in office by the election process, meaning 5,000 Moors voted for Oscar the priest. He made it to Congress that year. 5,000 Moors in south side of Chicago voted for Judge Blackwell. He was seated on the bench that year. The same 5,000 Moors voted for Alderman Anderson. This is how they took control of the south side of Chicago. This is the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's civics. So you ask, are we a part of this government? That's right. The government is a corporation? That's right. Have you ever heard of a corporate takeover? Probably not, because you really don't understand corporate. That's what it is. Oh, my fault, coward. You know I get worked up, brother. You know I love you, brother. I get worked up sometimes. You know I get worked up. I get worked up. So this is how we know, fam. Let me see if I can bring one of these slides up here. Here it go right here. If we wasn't a part of this government, why would we put 5,000 of our votes behind someone to put them in government? Huh? Okay, so John Day said it was a different day and time, as you said. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But let me explain something. The U.S. was a corporation then. It's a corporation now. The United States and every state within the Union is a corporation. The Moorish Science Temple of America is a corporation. So you say it's a different time? Well, let me tell you something. In 1929, the voting process was basically the same as it is in 2018. So I live in Baltimore in district number 12. If I get 5,000 people to vote one way, I control the whole district. Once I control the whole district, I control the money. Once I control the money, we can move forward. So the Prophet Noble Drew Ali says, the gold and the silver and the commerce are for the citizens alone. This is why it's so important to understand how citizenship works. And this is why it's so important to take your place in the affairs of men. Because if I can get 5,000 people, yes, I am a citizen. I am a citizen. Matter of fact, I follow the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I just told you. I'm just going to let me share some of the teachings. And do you got an Ella Bay on your name? Yeah. Do you got an Ella Bay on your name? Because this is what the prophet taught. Let me find something for you. This is what the prophet taught, and this is what I agree with. Let me find it real quick. Give me a second. I'm going to find something for you. I need a quote for you real quick. Since y'all came in late, let me give you a quote real quick. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go, family. So you asked me, am I a citizen? I mean, am I a citizen? I don't subscribe to the 14th or 15th Amendment. I was born free. Nothing can free me. So you can kill that right there. Can't no piece of paper free me. You can kill that. Ain't no piece of paper put me in slavery, and ain't no piece of paper can free me. I'm already free. But now check this out. We, the Moorish Science Temple of America, like countless other American citizens, if we know the language, if you know the language, when you say other, you are making yourself inclusive. All right? This is the Prophet Noble Drew Ali words. We of the Moorish Science Temple of America, like countless other American citizens, know that we must live together here in America in harmony, friendship, and goodwill, whatever our race and creed may be. It is only from a purely religious standpoint, it seems, at this time that we differ from a large number of our fellow Americans. You see? You see? If following the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali makes me a slave, okay, if that's what you want to say. I know better. You see? So when the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said from a large number of our fellow Americans, he's not separating us. You see? That's what you want to say. But we know how politics work. We know how to move in one motion. We know how the Chinese people got Chinatown and how they got an economic base, how they run their city, how they got Chinese police. We understand that. We understand that. We know how Greek village got started, how the Greeks run their own community, how they got Greek police and Greek village. We understand that. So you can't get away from this, family. You can't get away from this. Can't get away from this. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm checking on some stuff. Hold on. Checking on some stuff. Checking on some stuff. So we understand, family. And so until you understand, we always going to have a problem. You got to understand. You follow me? Brother, this is not updated information. This is the same information that nobody taught. This is the same information that nobody taught. Nobody updated this. This is an old... Brother, we understand that we living for today. This is why your brother Tarik Bey is on the scene. We ain't update this. Tarik Bey just stepping to the forefront because we ain't seen nobody taking charge. Ain't nobody taking charge. Okay, just like you said, American citizen, check this out. Okay, let me show you something else. Let me show you how the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Now look, I don't want to go back and forth with you, but I can show you how the Prophet Noble Drew Ali used the United States and America interchangeably, if you will. I can show you that. That's why I say if anybody want to debate me, we can debate it. Taj has taught y'all wrong. Taj has taught y'all wrong. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something, family. I don't want to be here too much longer because then the video just going to be way too long. So I should come out and come back in. I should come out and come back in. I don't want this video to be that long, family. People don't like watch long videos. People don't like to watch long videos. No, it's all right good. It's all right good. It's all good. I say John Day. I say I can show you how the Prophet Noble Drew Ali used the United States and American interchangeable. I say I can show you that. I can show you that. I'm looking for the document now. Would you like to debate me on it? Would you like to debate me on it? Inbox me to alkabay@yahoo.com. I guarantee you I make all your teachers disappear. I guarantee you. You know what I mean? I guarantee you. I guarantee you I can make you mad at me. I guarantee you I can make you mad at me. All right, family. I don't want to leave this video too long, man. You know, this video is long, man. This is going to be a long video, man. I got to go. I got to go, man. I got things to do. Man, peace, man. I love y'all, man. For real, man. That's it. Look at that. It's the great God alone that guides the destiny of this divine movement. I know all true American citizens are identified by their national descent name and applied to the free national constitution of this free national republic of the United States of America. Of the United States of America. These are the words of the prophet. Now, if you can't put these together as United States of America, the National Republic, and American citizen is interchangeable, that's your problem. That's not my problem. That's not your problem. Brother, you got to empty your cup. But if you don't believe in Prophet Noble Drew Ali, that's fine. I see you don't have an Ella Bay on your name. That's good. But read that red line real good. I know all true American citizens are identified by national descent names to answer and apply to the free national constitution of the free national republic of the United States. The U.S. is the United States. Are you kidding me? It's still a republic, family. What are you talking about? We know it's still a national. Brother, I'm going to say what I said last night. Family, the national republic has never changed. They just started calling it a democracy. It never changed. It never changed. It's still a Republican form of government. They started calling it a democracy. For the example, like I said last night, they started calling hip-hop rap. It's still a republic. What are you talking about? But that's just one example. I say if anybody wants to debate me, hit me up at Tahaka Bay. No, it's not. Look it up. Don't it say democracy? Nah. This is a Republican form of government. This is a Republican form of government. It never changed. Do you want to debate me? Do you want to debate me? Anybody want to debate me on it? Hit me up. We can do it right now. Inbox me. We can do it right now. I will screen share and show you the difference. Now, for this, I will have to show you from other sources. If you want to debate me, hit me up at tahakabay@yahoo.com. I'll send you the link. We'll come in, let the people see your face so you won't see your face again once I'm done with you. If you don't want to debate me with this pseudo nonsense, then it ain't even worth it. But if you want to debate me, anybody want to debate? Do I get a yes? Do I get a yes? Do I get a yes? CG, do I get a yes? John Day, do I get a yes? Sahir L, do I get a yes? That's right. I mean, Sahar L, that's right. There's no such thing as a democracy or Republican in the Constitution. Okay, whatever. It's a Republican form. It's a republic form form of government, brother. I don't see a yes. I don't see a yes. Yeah, okay. Don't nobody want to debate me. So guess what? I got to get up out of here. I got things to do, family. You know what I mean? I got things to do, family. I got to get up out of here. Ain't nobody want to debate me. We can do it. You know what I mean? Long as, if you don't want to debate on it, it's fine. Because I'm going to bring up some sources. I'm telling you, you're going to look crazy. I'm going to bring up something that Taj ain't teach you. I'm trying to tell you.
And some got it right now. Don't say that I'm not down. My town, my shirt, my stores, my school, my nation. Sick and tired of the procrastination and debate. Y'all keep hating when love is the savior. You don't love yourself, so you can't love your neighbor. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember.
Hey, this is what you do when you defeat people. Man, I love y'all, family. Man, I appreciate you, John Day. I appreciate you, brother. I'm glad. See, now you talk about this deceit. Brother, if you don't want to debate me, then fall back. If you don't want to debate me, fall back. No, I'm not doing a show on it. I got other things to do a show on. If you want to debate me, email me at tahuckabay@yahoo.com, just like another brother did. And I just sent them an email back, and we're going to have a debate about something. I don't know what. I take on all comers. I don't matter. I take on all comers. See, the problem is that you don't know when I'm going to pull out the sheep bag. See, I'm going to pull something out the sheep bag that you ain't seen before. And you can fight it, but as long as the people get it. You can fight it. I don't care if you Taj Tariqites fight it. Because that's just like our Christian brothers fighting to defend the European Jesus. I don't mind that y'all fight it, long as the people get it. Because I'm going to pull out that sheep bag. Look at them arms. Look at them. They real. They real. It's pull out the sheep bag. I'm going to dig in the sheep bag. Look. I got these. I ain't gonna give you these guns. Hey, Cujo. I want to put on slow-mo, man. Let me put on slow-mo. Cujo, I love you, my brother. You my guy, man. Let me put on slow-mo. Let me put on slow-mo.
Down no more. They just slow-mo. Down no more. They just slow-mo. Down no more. They just slow-mo. Down no more. They just slow-mo. They just slow-mo.
See, I be coming at these Moors, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these Moors? Because I don't consider these functional Moorish American Muslims as it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the Moor Science Temple of
Y'all
America.
some lames from across the border, you and your daughters. I mean your little followers, you all out of order. I ain't taking nada, nothing from you crooks. Cujo, Tarik Bey, I got them all shook. I wish Cujo would step up to get his rep up and get hit up from the neck up. You gon' respect us. An elder once told me, meet the people where they at. And you lower than a worm, so you know you meet the tech. Let's keep it simple, more. I'm a temple more. Either you wanna talk knowledge or you wanna go to war. Cujo, I will drag you by your dreads till you beg. Detach your arm, leg, arm, head. Boy, you don't want these problems, I know the low well. The policy enforcers be the same ones you go tell. Now go and call them little names, get on YouTube, let them little games talk tough like you bout that, and I'ma forget how far I came. I never forgot my aim, I never forgot my ammo. I pray to Allah, but I still tie my camel. Let's talk about this knowledge that you think you have. Matter of fact, forget it, boy, don't make me laugh. Down no more. They just slow-mo. Down no more. They just slow-mo. They gon' learn today, but they gon' learn today, but they gon' learn today. So now what you gotta say, huh? I broke the rules cause I'm a sheik and a Muslim and I'm talking about tools. Boy, you know the lessons. The tools are to refine and mine are inclined to workshop on your mind. You know about the hammer, make it a part of every part. And I wanna meet a law, so I'm aiming at your heart. You on at 720, I'm on a 12 step, I'm at the pinnacle of wisdom. So miss me with the threats, mean mugging and cussing, boy, it don't mean nothing. Not going out like Malcolm, I'm going out busting. But I prefer discussion, authentic Moorish science. Taj Tariq Bey, you know he's straight lying. Associating scams with the holy divine. Must have lost his mind, but I'm
Justice ain't blind, and it's about to catch you on any given moment.
You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it, huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it, huh? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it?
6 million ways to die, choose one.
Taj Tariq got y'all thinking that he great, he teach law and civics, but never be the case. I never seen him in court, approaching the bench, but people who follow him, they do this nonsense. He teach a right to travel. I never seen him whipping, he pointing the way, but doing something different.
And y'all been hustled and scared to admit it. I'll be making that fiat.
They call it fictitious.
Man, y'all ridiculous.
Falling for the pseudo, the right to travel. Ain't even work for Cujo. All up in Canada, holding U.S. law. Deaf, dumb, and blind, boy, you just lost, huh? Down no more. They just slow-mo. Down no more. They just slow-mo.
See, I be coming at these Moors, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these Moors? Because I don't consider these functional Moorish American Muslims as it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of
You
America.
looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Look up, huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it? Deaf, dumb, and blind, boy, you just lost, huh?
Hey, family, man, thank y'all for tuning in, family. Man, listen, brothers and sisters, just to be honest, family, man, it's okay to disagree. It's okay to go back and forth. It's okay to debate, but let's not be malicious with one another. I have never called Brother Taj Tariq a name. I have never called Cujo a name. Cujo actually challenged me for a rap battle. He scored horribly with his release. I would do it live, song for song. It doesn't matter to me. I got a nice little chic bag. I can dig in my chic bag. But the point of the matter is, family, you know, it's okay to disagree, to try to get to the truth. But it's not okay to hate. You know what I mean? Love is the savior of the world. I disagree, but I don't hate. Let's be clear. I will keep pointing out the misunderstanding that people have put on the record. I have to put the truth on the record. That's just what it is. So if you don't like it, you're welcome to turn the channel. You're welcome not to watch. People have put 20 years, 10 years, or how much other years of misunderstanding on the record. So it's time for me to put the Prophet Noble Drew Ali authentic teachings on the record. That's just what it is. It starts on social media, so I got to dead it on social media. If they would have did it in private, then maybe we'd have a talk in private. But they do it on social media, so I address it on social media. And I'm just good at it. I'm good at it. It's okay. I'm just good at it. I got a little bit drama. You know what I mean? I can rap a little bit. Plus I look good. Now, like, that's bad. But no, on the real. Peace and love, family. I appreciate y'all for watching. Man, shout out to my brother. I think the brother name is Kaawa. For the challenges. Shout out for my brother Roots Words, man. Root Words, man. He got a nice channel, man. He funny as ever. I haven't been there lately, but every time I'm there, you know what I'm saying, it's funny to me how that brother goes in. I can appreciate him. Also, let me see what else we got up here. Bay Ink 12. Good look out on the cookout. Like to see you in here. Moorish Science Temple of America, Houston, Texas. National GS in the building. That's my guy, whoever you are. If you're talking about the Moorish Science Temple of America, you my guy. Quincy Robinson L out of Texas. That's right. So Texas, look out, because that brother on the move. Peace out to John Day and the moderator, Love Nelson, and everybody else. My brother Yuma out of Washington State. Brother, I'm waiting for you to come on home to the Nova. Tell us now. I'm playing. Don't you get your Supreme Grand Sheik on me. I'm just playing. Oh, my goodness. I'm just playing. But let me see what else we got. Especially John Day, brother. I appreciate your challenge, brother. But I'm always open for a respectable debate, whether it's in the temple, out the temple, anybody that have a problem with anything that I'm teaching. I say you debate me respectfully, no cussing, no theatrics, time clock, everything, show and prove, walk away, let the people decide. I'm open for it. I am open for it, but it must be respectful and it must represent the genius and the poise of our people, or I'm not with it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It must represent the genius and the poise and the pious of our people. That's what I meant to say, pious of our people. No, bro, I don't know any brothers in Salisbury. I would like to, you know what I mean? Because so we can all connect and we can get something going on down there. If you know any Moors in Salisbury that don't have nothing going on, tell them email me at taharkabey@yahoo.com. Let's get a temple down there. Let's get some motivation going on down there. You know, we can get it going. But again, man, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all, family. Hope y'all come back the next time. On Sunday, I am going to be going in a step further. One of the things I'm going to go in on Sunday, if I don't change it up, is this Moorish American where people think that you can just say you're a Moorish American and you're a Moorish American. It don't work like that. And I'm going to show and prove on Friday. Matter of fact, because of John Day, I might even show the U.S. citizen and the American citizen degree on Show and Prove. I might have a show called Show and Prove Day. I don't know if it's question. He asked, is it the same? You know what I mean? I don't know what he talking about. Is it the same or whatever the case may be? Maybe he can inbox me or email me. Tahaka Bouquet Bey at Facebook. Email me, taharkabey@yahoo.com. Brother, ask me all your questions. And matter of fact, I hit them up on Sunday. Every question that you ask me, I will hit them up on Sunday by name. You know what I mean? So it's going to take some time for me to put this presentation together. But on Sunday, we're going to be live here and we're going to be live on Facebook. Peace and love, family. I appreciate your support and always love one another, even if you disagree. It's okay to disagree,